The creation, tablet 11. The firmaments, 19 by 3 = 57. Lo, now the selected 24 Anunnagi, Aluhum, of which 12 were agreeable and 12 disagreeable, commanded the firmament, which is the asteroid belt, to be in the middle of this solar system between Mumu Mercury, Lahamu Venus, Tiamat Earth, and Lamu Mars, and Kishar Jupiter, Anshar Saturn, Anu Uranus, and Ea Neptune, the two sets of planets with water in the heavens above and the heavens below, so that it would separate the water on the planet Earth, which is below, from the water on the other planets above, and the clouds. And the Anunnagi made an arch firmament, an asteroid belt in the sky, as a necklace to be donned, visible, which is above in the planet's atmospheres. And they separated the two waters, one which was beneath the beaten-out firmament Mumu Mercury, Lahamu Venus, Tiamat Earth, and Lamu Mars, from the other which was above Kishar Jupiter, Anshar Saturn, Anu Uranus, and Ea Neptune. And this happened. The Anunnagi named the firmament skies, and the dusk period, the new second day of 7,000 years, was over, and the 24 selected elders, one for each hour of one earth day. The Anunnagi sat in a circle and said amongst each other, the waters beneath the skies are to be brought together as one mass, as oceans, rivers, streams, and lakes, and let the dry land be seen. And this happened. The Anunnagi called out that Chi, the planet Earth, will be called Adamah, dry, brown ground, the landmass called Chi, and the Mayim called waters that were gathered together. They called the Yam, who was the brother of Baal, and he ruled the seas of Tiamat. And the Anunnagi saw that things this way were agreeable. The Anunnagi said, in the name of El Elo, the appointed who is due all gratitude, the only true sustainers of all the boundless universes, the caring, the loving. When all things end, it is up to Anu, who is Alyun Alyun El. Alyun Alyun El alone is to be worshipped, and we ask Alyun Alyun El for help alone. Alyun Alyun El guides us to the right way, the ways of those 12 agreeable Anunnagi, not the way of the 12 disagreeable Anunnagi, nor the ways of those who were 200 agreeable and went astray. And the Anunnagi said amongst each other, the planet Earth should now spread buds, growing herbs with seeds in them, in order to yield new seeds, and a fruit tree should grow with seeds in them from the land mass. And this happened. And so the planet Earth did bring forth grass and herbs with seeds in themselves, and great trees within itself. And the Anunnagi saw that things this way were agreeable. The dusk period and the new third day of 7,000 years was over. The 24 selected counselors of the original Aluhum, who are called Anunnagi, said amongst each other, let the light exist in the skies in order to separate the daylight hours from the shadow hours. Daylight was called agreeable, 12 selected Sarofat, and the shadow hours were called disagreeable, and 12 Garubat. You have your 24, 12 disagreeable and 12 agreeable. Let them be as signals of the seasons of days and years as time for this planet, 24 hours in a day, 24,000 years in an equinox, as illuminating lights in the skies to shine light upon the planet Earth. And this happened. The Anunnagi caused the older and brighter light to be seen in the sky in order to overpower the daytime. The symbol of the agreeable was the star as a great surface of life, the sun shining ever so brightly from the pure darkness, the very first state before light, making things seen. The younger light of lesser brightness has to be seen through the shadow hours. The symbol of the disagreeable was the crescent moon, which is ruled by the sun. They also made many outer suns as stars visible, and the Anunnagi made them appear in the skies in order to shed light on the planet Earth. This was to overpower the day and the shadow hours called night, and to separate the daylight from the shadow hours. The Anunnagi saw that things this way were agreeable, and the dusk period and the new fourth day of 7,000 years was over. And they said, for everything there is a time. Everything that will happen in this new world will happen. Thus, everything that will happen in this new world will happen when Alyun Alyun El wishes it to happen. Alyun Alyun El sets the time for birth and the time for death, the time for planting and the time for pulling up, the time for what's dead and a time for what is healed, the time for building and a time to tear down what was built, a time for joy and a time for sorrow, a time for mourning and a time for dancing and music, a time to make love and a time not to make love, a time to kiss and a time not to kiss, a time to find things and a time for losing, a time to save and a time to throw away, a time to speak and a time to remain silent. These are the laws on time. This is what they taught the Magi on time. You could adjust your conduct and even direct the course of your spirit according to hours and seasons. Of time, you would make a stream upon whose bank you would sit and watch its flowing. Yet the timeless in you is aware of life's timelessness and knows that yesterday is but today's memory and tomorrow is today's dream. And that which sings and contemplates in you is still dwelling within the bonds of that first moment which scattered the stars into space. Who among you does not feel that his power to love is boundless? And yet who does not feel that every love, though boundless, is encompassed within the center of his being? And moving not from love thought to love, nor from love deeds to other love deeds. And is not time even as love is, undivided and spaceless? But in your thoughts you must measure time into seasons. Let each season encircle all the other seasons, and let today embrace the past with remembrance and the future with longing. And the Anunnagi said amongst each other, let the waters breed abundantly all kinds of swimming creatures that are to live, and birds are to fly above the planet Earth in the open skies. The Anunnagi recreated Tanin, the Dragon-Sea Serpents, as sea dinosaurs, and all living spirits, amoebas, algae, and fungi that swim, which the waters bred from itself, and all the winged birds, Pterodactyls, from themselves. And the Anunnagi saw that things this way were agreeable. The Anunnagi put their blessings on them all by saying, procreate and multiply, and refill the waters in the seas, and the birds are to multiply in the planet Earth. The dusk period and the new fifth day of another 7,000 years was over. And the Anunnagi said amongst each other, let the planet Earth bring forth living spirits from itself, non-speaking mammals and reptiles, also living on the planet Earth. And this happened. The Anunnagi made to evolve all the living animals that appeared on the planet Earth, bred from themselves, and non-speaking mammals bred from themselves, and all the creeping things upon the planet Earth bred from themselves. And the Anunnagi saw that things this way were agreeable.